MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Credit card information is stolen every day. I'm Cassidy Powers, here to tell you some ways that you can prevent that from happening to you.
Campus crackdowns coast to coast. I'm Jared Hill with the steps schools and police are taking as pro-Palestinian encampments spread.
And a semi crashed over a cliff between Whitehall and Butte. We're going to show you the unique challenges that rescuers faced in trying to help the driver. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Jay McDonald and Matt Elwell with you. I got to get used to standing on this side of the desk
We're throwing
now.
you off. I had a couple of days off and had to rearrange the furniture a little bit.
I know, we did a little bit of redecorating around the studio here.
This morning, you'll probably want to get the extra layers. We're not dealing with snow to start the morning. Necessarily.
Right.
But we are dealing with some cool temperatures. There are some showers that are showing up out there. Shouldn't be a big issue for most of us. Everything remains pretty light. The better potential, some shower activity really developing later in the afternoon, pretty spotty in nature, but continues on into the evening. There have been some showers out there. Man, it is so green on the grass across the area. Constant reminder that we'll eventually be mowing quite often. Daytime highs into the 40s, but I do expect to see some spotty showers later into the day. After a cool start to the days for the next couple, it is going to warm up by the weekend. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, just over a week ago, a man was accused of using stolen credit cards to spend tens of thousands of dollars in downtown Bozeman. Our Cassidy Powers has some police tips on how to protect yourself from being a victim of credit card scammers.
If you're getting gas and the scanner looks a little bit suspicious, you may be in danger of having your credit card information stolen, which happens more than you may think.
Most recently, we did have an investigation that involved tens of thousands of dollars.
Bozeman Police Captain Joe Swanson has seen many cases of stolen credit cards. Just over a week ago, a man was accused of using stolen credit cards at multiple stores downtown. The alleged thief spent over $50,000 on Rolex watches alone. How he got these stolen credit cards is still under investigation. This crime is not out of the ordinary.
We do have a number of other cases that occur each week.
Captain Swanson tells me, although not every credit card theft leads to tens of thousands of dollars lost, smaller criminal transactions occur all the time. One of the main ways credit card information is stolen? Tampered card readers at gas stations. Do you ever check for card skimmers on the credit card scanners here?
I don't. You know, I don't. I should. I see all the news on it that you guys show on those things, but I wouldn't even know what to look for really to know if it's a fake one or not. They look so real from what you see on TV.
There's security tags or tape that are over the keypads or the credit card readers, and if those look like they've been damaged, or say the device looks loose, like there could be another device placed over on top of the credit card reader, those are all things that people should kind of key in on and say, oh, that could be an issue.
Another popular way card information is stolen?
A lot of the ones that we do see is on the internet. Only use trusted websites, places that appear legitimate. Maybe you do a little bit of research if it's a new company.
So what are some steps businesses can take to protect themselves from credit card fraud?
Take a little bit of extra time, look at the credit card, ensure that it, one, belongs to that individual. You can always ask for identification. And just looking at the card just to ensure, okay, does it look like credit cards I've seen before?
Captain Swanson suggests if you suspect fraudulent activity, to either call the bank the card belongs to or call a non-emergent police number. With summer coming up, there will be an influx of people in Bozeman, which gives more opportunity for credit card theft.
The best advice we give anyone, frequently check your accounts, see if your card issuer offers free credit monitoring. Those are all things, just that proactiveness of looking, and if anything does look suspicious, immediately reporting it.
In Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
And dozens of police in riot gear entered UCLA's campus this morning after pro-Palestinian protesters ignored warnings to disband. Violent brawls broke out on the campus late Tuesday into Wednesday morning between the protesters and counter-protesters, with the university now investigating the delayed police response. Demonstrators have built encampments on dozens of college campuses nationwide over the past few weeks, while calling on universities to cut business ties with Israel over its war in Gaza. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
Peaceful protest.
Police moved in at the University of California, Los Angeles after pro-Palestinian demonstrators were ordered to leave their encampments, now deemed illegal. It follows a night of sometimes brutal violence between the demonstrators and counter-protesters. Chemical spray, even fireworks thrown at the pro-Palestinian camp. The clashes left at least 15 people injured, at least one sent to the hospital.
What's your name?
UCLA senior Youssef said that he needed 14 staples in his head after he was hit with a traffic cone and beaten with a wooden stick.
I thought the police would be our saving rescue. Instead, what ended up happening was we saw the police forming in a large group outside, seemingly watching the events unfold.
Police at UCLA didn't step in to calm the unrest for nearly 2 hours. California Governor Gavin Newsom called the response unacceptable. Police in Hanover, New Hampshire say around 90 people were arrested as encampments were cleared out at Dartmouth College. At Columbia University, only imprints left of the encampment that once marked the epicenter of the student movement, urging universities to divest from Israel over the country's war against Hamas in Gaza. NYPD cleared out the camp and Hamilton Hall late Tuesday after protesters occupied the building. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
And NYPD officers will remain on campus at Columbia University until after this month's graduation events. Meanwhile, UCLA says classes will be held remotely today and tomorrow, with employees also encouraged to work from home. And as protests continue to sweep college campuses across the U.S., tensions appear to be hitting a boiling point at Columbia University. Students who defied Monday's order to leave on-campus encampments are now facing suspension. And those who stormed and occupied a building on the main campus overnight could be expelled. Now, this isn't the first time that Hamilton Hall has seen a student takeover. National correspondent Dan Grossman has been looking into the history of protests at Columbia University's campus building.
When we think about history, we think about time. But in the case of Columbia University, much of its activist history revolves around one place, Hamilton Hall.
That's me on the red. That's the faculty. That's the ad hoc faculty group.
Neil Hurwitz was a young faculty member at Columbia when its first major protest took place in 1968. Thousands of kids occupied Hamilton Hall and surrounding buildings as they took a stand against the war in Vietnam and racism, things they thought were moral crimes.
We went without sleep for days at a time.
It was a defining moment for one of the protest's organizers, Mark Rudd. It was also a defining moment for the anti-war movement and the university's history, as over the next year, similar protests spread to other campuses nationwide.
What comes to mind first is the night of the bust when 1,000 cops attacked.
About 800 kids were arrested and about 20, 30, 40 wound up in St. Luke's Hospital with head wounds.
We assumed there'd be violence, but not at the level of what there was.
More than 700 students were arrested, according to the New York Times. At the time, it was a major victory for university students as it laid the groundwork for the next major protest in 1985. Students, upset with the apartheid governance in South Africa, padlocked and chained Hamilton Hall as they demanded the university divest from companies that were doing business in South Africa. At first, Columbia was reluctant to comply, but by the end of the year, its board of trustees voted to sell all university stock in companies doing business there.
I think there may be something about being in New York City that attracts young people to it, right? Because it is a media center.
Today, that media center is focused on the continued protest over the conflict in the Middle East as student protesters at the university face threats of expulsion. Dan Grossman, Scripps News, Denver.
Now a little closer to home, check out these scary photos. On Monday night, a driver crashed a semi-truck and plunged down a 100-foot cliff on Interstate 90 between Whitehall and Butte. Responders say that the truck hit a guardrail and the cab separated from the frame, then rolled down the cliff. Rescuers had to navigate large boulders, steep terrain, darkness, and a creek at the bottom of the cliff. The driver was transported by helicopter to St. James Hospital and is currently listed in stable condition. And Harrison Public School Superintendent and Principal Cheryl Allen made an appearance in Madison County Justice Court this week to enter a plea of not guilty. She faces a misdemeanor charge of obstructing a peace officer. Allen is a Republican candidate for the Montana Office of Public Instruction Superintendent. She's accused of preventing an agent from the Montana Department of Criminal Investigation and a Madison County Sheriff's Office captain from interviewing students. The officers suspected the students were victims of a crime committed by a former teacher. Harrison Public School currently has a job listing for the role of superintendent. Her next court hearing is scheduled for July. Montana Department of Criminal Investigation and the Madison County Sheriff's Office say they are continuing to investigate the former teacher. And firefighters in Butte got a refresher course in what to do if they come across hazardous materials. About 24 Butte firefighters participated in a scenario at the Butte Civic Center. In the mock situation, police find a lab for making illegal drugs and a bomb-making laboratory. Firefighters suited up in protective gear and had to identify the materials found in the room and safely secure the areas. Instructors with the Emergency Response Training Institution from the Seattle area set up the situations to look very realistic.
And because it can happen anywhere, what we're doing is setting up things that are the labs as realistically as we can so that the folks here can come in and see what they might actually see real world, get to use their meters, get to practice their sampling skills, identification of processes, so they'll be that much better prepared should they unfortunately come across something like this.
All the firefighters who participated are certified in hazmat training, and this event was held as a refresher course to improve their skills. And making cheese is no easy task, but one couple has perfected the art in what they call their cheese cave. In this morning's Out and About, MTN's Haley Monaco travels to Gray Cliff Mill to meet the masterminds behind taking cheese making underground.
This room is currently 50 degrees and has 85% humidity. That's why it's the perfect environment for cheese.
Nestled along I-90 at the picturesque Gray Cliff Mill, Montana-made cheese can be found. You just have to go underground.
The bricks and everything help so much.
Abby and Kevin Woody manage the new Gray Cliff Market and Creamery.
I would say that I'm the mind behind the cheese making.
I'm more the hands-on guy when it comes to the cheese making.
The duo has mastered the cheese making craft with years of experience.
I made cheese for 17 years in Texas.
Now making it in Montana using milk from Tiny Victor in the Bitterroot Valley.
Using 200 gallons of milk every single week. Right now we're offering 7 different varieties of hard cheese.
It might be cheesy, but you could say their love story was a match made in Havarti when the two met at the cheese factory in Texas.
Kevin sold cheese for us.
Like here you have, I believe that's a cheddar.
Years later, and the couple now spends much of their time crafting the cheese in the cave that opened last Memorial Day.
The only difference is how hot you heat your milk, how long you keep it at that temperature, how fast you stir it, how small you cut your curd. It's really just tiny little changes in each recipe that creates the different varieties.
Thank you so much.
It's been wonderful. We've sold as much as we've made.
A unique stop underground. In Gray Cliff, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Okay, that is so cool,
I've driven
Matt.
by that a couple of times and never had the opportunity. I think that will be worth a stop.
We got to go to the cheese cave.
Yeah,
we got to
I'm
make a
in.
special stop. A remote show in the cave. Could you imagine?
It only depends on the temperature, how fast you churn it, the little differences, how long it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
It's just science. It's
Yeah.
particular science. Now, before we head into a break, I am so eager to show this to you.
Okay.
This just warmed my heart yesterday when I saw it. I am going to introduce you to 4-year-old Stone Hicks. Stone Hicks behind the wheel of a pretty snazzy police car, if I do
That's
say
right.
so
Wanted to be a
myself.
cop for a day, yeah?
Exactly. Now, Mr. Little Stone Hicks, young boy with end-stage kidney disease. So the Make-A-Wish Foundation, along with the Orlando Police Department, decided to make his wish come true. His wish? Being an honorary police officer
Fantastic.
for the day. Look at how excited he is. Oh my gosh, he is ready to hit the streets with the men and women in blue and get ready to go tackle some crime.
That's awesome.
It was so heartwarming. I mean, he got to spend the entire day with these guys. They got to learn all the ins and outs of the car. He even got to arrest a suspect. Now you can't see me, but I'm putting that in quotes, you know. Basically, he got to learn how to use the handcuffs on a volunteer.
God, that's awesome.
It's so sweet.
It's always the right thing to do the right thing, as we say.
It just made my day. I love it. Now, 6:15, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning. But when we come back, hemp production in Montana is becoming increasingly important to the state's agriculture industry. Up next, we'll show you what's leading to that growth and how that crop is used.